All right, so we're doing a Digimon set tier list. That is why Josh has joined us today, is to partake in this.
Reminisce.
Right. Yes, starting. So these are in chronological order, I believe. We double checked this before we started. 1.0.
All right, so it's the start of the game.
Correct.
Opium.
Is
this a good game?
Hold on, what is
Digimon
that?
card
What is
game,
that?
let's
Oh,
go.
it's a good play. It's a good play. And what's above it? Copium? So there's no dog water. Okay.
No, I took that off.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we got rid of water.
It was synonymous with copium, basically, or it's a
Yeah.
good play. So I was like, "That's."
I think,
consolidate it.
my opinion, I think 1.0 is in copium. I don't think it's that good of a.
Yeah,
I don't.
disagree.
I think outside the Omnimon, I don't think there's anything else in that set that was like crazy.
Magnagimon.
War Greymon and Magnagimon.
Yep.
Yeah, we're grabbing.
That wasn't even. Nah, that War Greymon wasn't even the good one. No, the starter. Oh, I guess you guys are right. I'm switching. I'm mixing up my War Greymon. You're right. Tier 2. Okay.
That War Greymon is what made War Greymon a good deck.
Yeah.
That card
I got
still
my War
gets used in
Greymon
my
switch.
War Greymon list sometimes.
Yes, you're right. That War Greymon, I got him switched. I switched up the starter deck one that it was like, if you have this many sources, you get an extra. I got him switched.
Yeah.
You guys are right. I'd say tier 2 then. I'm getting some of the starter deck cards mixed up one there. That's just me.
I wouldn't mind making an argument for tier 1. Because as a starting set for us, this is actually really good. Like, looking through it, there are some cards that have lasting legacy. Like, we have a card that's set now. We still have cards that see play, like Anja with security control. We have cards like Puppetmon, which were menaces during that format. Magnemon, Volcanic Dramon, all of these cards were actually really good when this set came out. Flower Cannon, hitting that out of security sucked. Gravity Crush is in this set. 4-cost Yellow T in this set. The OG Omni. I think as a set when this launched, it's a very good set. Like, we have Drabumon, the War Greymon. We have the one, which was a common blue Tama that everybody used. I think for a starting set of a card game, Beelzemon's in here. Like, I think for a starting set...
Lilithloop is in there as well. Or not
Lilithloop,
but Lilithmon. Unlike Japan, we got all 6 of the colors.
Yeah.
Right.
Immediately.
Yeah, they didn't get
they
didn't get the other colors until, I think, BT2.
Yeah, so...
You guys are fighting for 1? Compared to some of these future sets we're getting?
I think it's 2. I think it's 2.
I think for the start of the game, I think this is a really good start.
Yeah, that's perfect at a tier 2. At a 2.
It's right down the middle. It was not good, not bad.
Yeah, exactly. Not good, not bad.
I could see an argument, but when you weigh it against the some of the other sets and how impactful they were, like, yes, it was the start of the game.
I think it was a very good.
And it was extremely hard to get.
Cards in it that are still playable. I don't think, like, looking back on it, like, oh my god, this set was cracked.
Yeah,
it was become irrelevant.
The very next set. No, I'm not gonna say the next set. 2 sets. BT4.
Like BT4. Yeah, I feel like nobody was playing all the decks that were in BT1 after, or
because with 1.5 you could still play Blue Omni, but that was like the only deck that you would still play because it immediately got overshadowed by Alter S and Shine,
Ancient Garu as well,
and Ancient Garu
immediately.
Yeah, immediately was like, hey, we're not. None of these decks are viable.
I see where Brandon's coming from, but I think 2.
We'll stick it in tier 2 because I do think genuinely 1.5 is a much better set, and I would consider 1 or S.
All right, hopefully these all won't be this big of a discussion because this is going to take us like 5 hours. 1.5.
All right, so what are some of the key cards out of this? Shine Greymon,
Alter S.
Shine.
Yeah, Imperial.
Of course. Imperial.
Jamming
also
Vmon.
had the Jamming Vmon.
Davis.
We had cards Davis.
Yeah.
There was HPD.
Oh god.
tier 1.
We didn't get tier 1. We didn't get to
tier 1.
Well, At TBS locals, they got to play with HPD
1
at
week.
full power for 1 week.
1 day.
1 week.
The TO took mercy on them, even though
It was
should've
great,
been banned.
Josh. It was awesome.
Rasenmoning and evoing other people's, like, suspending their stuff to evo your own stuff.
Yep.
Oh,
Yup.
Sean.
I'd say tier 2 as well. I think it's good, but compared to the impact in the game, it was just like set 1.0. It's a 0.5 set. It's like, okay, now you have the full first 3 sets of the game.
No, we're all completely wrong. We have to this, and it's a good play because it has Craniumon in it, and that is the start of that meme.
Craniumon?
Yo,
It's a good play.
it's got the memory cuckers in it. It's got Terriermon and Gazimon.
Yep.
I'm saying tier 1. I think
I-
this has a lot of like good card, like a lot of. I remember this set being really fun too, because it had like with the edition 1.0 plus these cards, but like most of these cards was like, hey, you know, like this is when Digimon really started to flourish.
Yeah.
I think this might be tier 1. It also has Ragna in it, which still is playing Ragna.
When did we get the box toppers for the Dark Masters? Was that 1.0 or 1.5?
1.5.
Okay, then that's Puppetmon Rookie Rush. Yeah, that was impactful.
Yeah.
That's
That was
that's
like
when
running-
it also started.
Yeah, that was like running the
Rookie
meta.
Rush.
All right, so tier 1.
Rookie Rush and McDonald's security control.
Yeah.
I thought that was until they got the security Digimon.
You got him in 1.5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, then yeah, definitely.
Kilo.
Two main archetypes of meta defining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4
And
had
then-
Sean's favorite Digimon of all time, Lord Nightmon, or not favorite of all time, but one of his,
Wrong.
Lord Nightmon.
Wrong.
Lord Nightmon's the one with your favorite Digimon?
He's not in that
No, it's
set,
not
my
that
guy.
set.
Oh, is
Yeah,
that
it was
5?
BT5. Yeah.
Oh,
God, this
okay.
guy.
This is Yellow War Greymon.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Which I love
Yeah,
that
so-
deck.
Nidhoggmon as well.
Yeah, Nidhogg. Blastmon, the start of Hybrid.
Oh.
Yeah, hybrid for game.
Is this
Bushiagumon.
Is this Copium? Is this Copium?
I mean,
It just doesn't seem-
it's got cards like Jack Raid, Blinding Ray, Atomic Inferno, Heir of Dragons, Chaosmon, both of them, the original Anubis. We're looking at Blastmon, the Gaugamon, is that how you say his name? Gaugamon, my bad.
Dogmamon.
Yeah, Yellow War Greymon. This was the
I'd put
start
it-
of Mirage.
I'd put it in tier 2. Like, I don't think it shook the foundation of the game.
I
It
mean,
just was a good
I think
extra set.
Yellow or Greymon was
Yeah.
the best deck in format whenever that set dropped. Speaking from experience.
I think the lasting impact of this set was just the inclusion of hybrids.
Yeah.
And
You're gonna,
Yeah,
you're gonna
but
give
for us,
it to,
also,
you're gonna give it to BT4 over BT7 of what the impact of hybrids was.
Well, it introduced
Yeah.
hybrid for game.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Like
that
the,
was
the
part of,
concept of losing because your
game.
opponent has a tamer in play.
right.
I'll say
And then on
tier
top
2.
of that, yeah, I agree. We also got the promos early, so Ancient Garu and Ancient Grey were actually not not the best thing like Yellow or Greymon, but they were legitimately good strategies you could be playing.
They were playable.
Are
yeah.
we doing the
playable,
thing
yeah.
where we're also ranking them in that tier? So like, do we consider 1.0 better than BT4? Are we doing that? Or are we just throwing it in there?
I mean, we can do
I
that.
mean, do it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. BT5.
1.
It's easily tier 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This-
I
this
have
is-
so much nostalgia for this set.
This is Omni for game.
Yep.
This
Oh
is
yeah, it
literally Omni for
is.
game.
I forgot Blitz Omni came in that set.
And then on top of
Or-
that, we got
Defeat.
the of good searchers,
Mm-hmm.
with Gabumon and Agumon being actually good searchers. We got Hexblow. Sean got his Star Nightmon. Purple got their Gallant Megidramon.
They also
They
had
also got
what is it,
Armageddon.
promo Metal Garurumon around this time, right? Does this in
Yeah,
Grandis come out?
The
Not
Melga
Grandis,
that
but
plays
Grand Melga.
option cards.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
And a Black or Greymon, I think. We had 3 promos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this has got to be tier 1.
Agreed.
There's
I
also
mean,
when-
not even to mention that we got cards like Zwart Defeat, Omnimon Zwart, Arata, Sora Joe. Like, there are a lot of really good cards.
Is
in
this
this set.
actually is that an
Yeah.
is that an S tier set?
I don't think there's enough cards in it, but there are some really impactful.
It's like
ones.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was also Spiral Masquerade, which made Rookie Rush an
Mhm.
even better strategy. And
oh
it's
my
when
God.
it's when red yellow McDonald's security control became like yellow black,
Goated.
like
Yeah.
actual like almost like what security control is going to become.
Yeah,
Right.
it's, BT5 was a triangle format. It was Rookie Rush, Lord Nightmon, and Security Control were the best 3 decks.
Mhm.
All right, BT6.
And then you had me somewhere in there playing X-Plow.
Yeah, you're over there coping real hard at the Sword Championship.
BT6 was where like the first like glimpse of like, okay, this is no longer my guy's bigger than yours and I can delete one thing with my effect. It's like, okay, these effects are getting more complicated.
Yeah.
Like, this is where we got Jessmon, both Bond decks. This is unfortunately the start of Pulsemon.
Yeah.
We got Ancient Troymon here. We got the Gundramon, the Kumon, the start of Purple getting like its Impmon lines.
You had
there's also a
Bellstar, which is
Titanmon.
just security control but aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Alphamon is in here as well. First ever Alphamon.
I think this is also a tier 1 set.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
close for me.
yeah, I would
was
say
thinking
tier
tier
1
two.
because I think the Bond cards have stood the test of time. Like, I feel like them in general just being like the tier 1 strat was really, really impactful because we're even seeing cards these days now that are updating them.
I just
Like, they
remember
printed
Jessmon
Louis.
being so like
It introduced the first OTK that we got in the game, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tech plus and unsuspend.
I just
Yeah.
remember being like annoyed by that deck where it's like if you just see your pieces, you there's no competing.
Yeah, it's uninteractable because you can also
Mhm.
play an option card that lets you attack unsuspended Digimon, so even if they have blockers, you're like, it's still game, my guy. Because aces don't exist for like another 2 years.
Were there any other like decent floodgates like low end, or was there anything down there?
No.
Memory or Madoki.
Oh, Madoki Betamon
Uh,
came in this set, yeah.
Okay.
But the floodgates weren't like great. Like nobody was comboing too hard in
Yeah.
BT6 or BT6.
Yeah.
I think the bond decks are cool, but I don't think red really came into its own with the bond decks until 7 when we started getting the yellow hybrid cards with like the jets and stuff.
yeah.
I think that's when red hybrid actually started to be pretty viable. Oh,
Lost
who dropped? Is he back?
Bye,
Yeah,
Brandon.
No, he's gone. But anyways, like I was saying, I don't think red bond became like actual like decent until
Yeah,
7.
they were like trying to like make it work with like an Aldemon package.
Right.
So, like a kind of hybrid bond, like aggro. Oh, they also had what was it? Promo Greymon? The second
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
one. That was Bond's whole strategy.
Yeah.
I still think it's solid, but not crazy. I almost want to put it in tier 2.
I want to
Yeah,
put it like
I-
top of tier 2, maybe.
I think
That's
the
what I
more
was
we talk
thinking.
about it, the more I'm thinking, yeah, tier 2. Because it was
It just coming
Bond
off-
out.
Coming off of BT5, it's like this wasn't a very like because Lord Nightmon didn't change. Like that was still probably the best deck. Rookie Rush didn't change much. You know, so
Security
like
control
Bond-
just got more pieces.
Yep.
Rookie Rush was still the same.
go ahead and put this in dog water or not dog water. It's a good play.
It's a good
We
play.
can we can. Yeah, we cannot put this any higher than that based off just 2 cards. I don't care how long those 2 cards last.
It's 3 cards.
It's
It's
3
three.
cards:
Yeah.
Machine,
Yeah,
Analog, and Ice Wall.
XV.
Two-
they
two-
gave Jamie
two-
to Imperial.
True. Yeah, the
Okay.
X-Men.
So let's say they have 4 cards. 3 of those cards don't even see play anymore.
Yeah.
Like
they
this
could
is
not get rid of the product at TBS.
Yeah,
They were like
this-
stocked full of EX1.
Yeah.
yeah, we were getting these for prize support. Like this
Oh
set
my
was
God, yeah,
bad.
I had forgotten that we went basically like a year of just getting nothing but EX1 for prize support until Zach reminded me of that like a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was bad. Like
I'd like blocked it out of my memory.
This set was bad. It was the set we have the most cards of in my bulk. 98%, 99% of these cards never saw play.
This set stopped me from pre-ordering a case for like a year. Like I would, up to that point, I was pre-ordering a case for every set, and this set, I like basically when I got the case, I had lit like $800 on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm not pre-ordering cases anymore.
Analog Youth, great card. Ice Wall, great card. Machine Dramon, good card. The Jamming XVmon, good card. That stays in the meta for like, you know, probably a set.
They usually still play it as a one of too.
Yeah. But it's just not. It's
Metal Garu also saw a lot of play because he was a cheap Evo for Melga. But
it's just
he saw playing.
It's just not enough. Yeah, it's just not enough to justify putting it any higher.
I agree. That set as a whole is just absolute trash.
Mm-hmm.
All right, BT7.
Hybrids the set. So this is we got blue hybrid, we got red hybrid.
It's gotta be
I personally think it's
yellow hybrid.
This changed the game, like not just in a hybrids are everywhere, so now tamers can kill you, like in BT4, where it's just like, oh, I got Lobo or a Goonie for game. It was like hybrids are running this like game, and if you're not playing a hybrid deck, you're gonna get clapped unless you're playing one of the other like top tier meta decks.
Yeah,
this was our Worlds format, right? Our first Worlds?
No, I think Worlds was still EX6, if I'm not mistaken. Possibly, I'm not 100% sure. I know Nat's format was EX1. I mean,
because I think he had Tommy's in his list, the guy who won the first Worlds.
One word, Tommy.
Oh yeah.
This set is the reason why they added cards to the ban list for the second time ever as well.
Yep.
Also, just gonna say one Digimon. Doru Greymon.
Oh yeah, he did come in this set, didn't he? Dude, I'm scrolling through and there are
a lot.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, dude.
5 cards from this.
I remember Ben playing Eismon. I hated that. I hated Eismon.
Yep. There are 5 cards in the set alone that are limited, and this also got other cards banned and or limited.
Yes.
Yep.
Like Mega Fusion finally got banned because of Susan being a card.
Yup.
Icewall got limited because of this deck, not because of Gabu Bond.
Yup.
Yeah.
Not to mention calling.
Yeah, this is easy S tier.
Yes, agreed. I still have to go to my BTS bulk and be like, I need cards out of there.
Didn't Green come out with like green hybrid? And I was like, this is bad. And then they made it red green hybrid, and it was
made it red green.
Yeah.
Yep, it was. That's exact because you played the Beetlemon.
Yeah, you played Atomic Inferno and have piercing and stuff.
Yes, and it was actually like viable. Like once someone realized, oh, why don't we just play red green? It was like, oh, this is actually like viable.
We also got the security Aldemon, which was like the counter to security control.
Yeah,
Because people just play Ancient Grey OTK where you just Evo in the back, be like 5 checks, Omni for game.
Yep.
Omni for game.
Yeah, it's easy S tier.
Agreed.
All right, BT8.
Now, this one's difficult for me because we're going to get to this later. It does have 2 of the absolute dog water bottom barrel worst secret rares this game has ever printed.
It does have the 2 worst secret rares in the game.
Creepymon and Paladin mode. But we did get Digimon Emperor. We got Chimeramon.
Mm-hmm.
We got Rush Black Gato.
Crimson Blaze.
Black War Greymon. Ligdramon. The whole Armor Rush package.
Yeah, Armor Rush was crazy popular. I remember people getting mad about it.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, the thing is, if I remember correctly, Digimon Emperor didn't start seeing play until Numamon, right? I don't remember.
Yeah.
It didn't get played during this set. No, I know, but I'm saying like it didn't get played at all until Numamon became a thing.
But Digimon Emperor is one of those cards where it had a really good.
Yeah.
He's one of those cards where it took somebody having to play like a new rookie rush strategy for it to be actually.
Yeah.
Crimson Blaze is in this set.
Crimson Blaze.
It's like a goat option.
Yeah. Which also didn't really see much play after the set came out either.
Yeah, I still think I don't think this had enough impact at the time. I would put it in tier 2. Because
Psych Mono was in this set.
It doesn't seem like enough pops off the board in this set
I
justify
agree.
putting it higher.
As a
It
whole,
set the foundation for other decks.
Yeah, as a whole, it's pretty mid, but it did have a couple.
Especially with those secrets, it's just. I mean, is it even copium?
They got the second half of 2B Alphamon, King of
Okay.
they got the Oreo.
Okay, so this is when it really. This is when Alphamon became degenerate.
No,
BT9.
No.
BT9.
It got wave after wave after wave after wave of support, and then it was like a landslide. Right. It was like, okay, now I'm the best deck ever.
Yeah, they gave him Cool Boy and BT9. They were like, oops.
They're all EX-Antibody.
I'd be willing to put it in copium. I mean,
I'm okay with copium.
I think if you tried to play anything but like the DNA from Imperial, like the Star deck, if you tried to play Shakumon or Sylphimon, you were definitely coping. You're like, I can DNA too. I can do stuff.
I mean, armor was cool, but it was just like it wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
You telling me you don't like the Metal Garu Jawgrass deck?
No. All right.
That was so fun.
Rasenmon is the peak of copium.
Yes. I tried to make that deck work a couple times because someone had requested it, and I was like, this deck is so unbelievably bad. There's no way to make this even playable at a local level.
This is butts.
Yeah, I was like, I can't do this. This is impossible. Alright, EX2. Am I stupid? I'm like, oh, there it is.
This was only one thing. It was only one new deck, and it was Mother D-Reaper.
It was D-Reaper?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Everything else was just kind of
I mean,
it's got to be copium, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say Impmon did eventually also get some cards in here that were really good. Like you got not to mention they got the good Beals and the good Imp, the one they had to hit the one.
Yeah,
this is where Impmon started to show up.
I feel
it wasn't
like
good enough on its own.
I think this is a dog water, or not dog water. Dang it, Chris, you got me saying it. I think it's a good play.
You think so?
Yeah, it's got like a couple of cards that like still see play / were good at one point, but
not enough to actually be like, hey, this justifies being up. I'm fine with putting it. I remember the first EX sets being really bad, and us talking about it, being like, they were like, hey, they got to do something better with these sets.
Yeah, they're bad.
We also had like 3 Black War Gray players in our locals, and Sean was one of them. And he would always play the one that lets you attack unsuspended. He'd just be like, I'm just going to kill your mother. And That's it. So I never got to really see it pop off like crazy. So even if it did have a chance, like, it beat purple decks. That was about it.
Because it introduced the mother archetype, I mean, I could see an argument to put it in copium.
That is where we start getting some of those. No, 7 had Eosmon. I was going to say some of those, like, interesting decks. Yeah. Well, I guess Eosmon isn't like that. Mother D-Reaper is definitely the first, like, real, like, out of the left field kind of deck. But I'm okay with either. Deck. Yeah.
I would say, like, in a not specific, like, oh, this is, like, I play the game, but I play it completely differently. And it was intended. It wasn't, like accidental, created.
Before Royal Knights, before 7th Grade Demon. Like, this was, like, that first deck where it's like, yo, you can't really play any of these cards.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he really took Eosmon's lunch.
Yeah, it did.
All right, BT9.
The secret rares were at least good.
This is easy S tier.
Yeah,
I think this is like, it's fighting for like top 3.
Yeah, I agree.
So, what were some of the cards in this?
Death X.
This is every X-Antibody.
Death X, Cool Boy, X-Antibody. Gave us the Wargrey X line, the Melga X line.
I agree. I'm starting to, my neurons are firing off, and I'm starting to get all this copium and remembering all this good times.
This was Brandon's set too, because it was Melga, because we had the promo before Japan.
Yeah. Awakening of the Golden Knight was in this set, as well as Sunrise Buster. Why is that card still on the limited list? Whatever, Bandai.
Rise X.
Because Crosshair's too good.
Yeah.
Rise X,
the OG MagnaX. I think this is where we started seeing Grand Quago TK, or was that before?
No, it was this set. This set has had Grand Descent.
They needed Yeah, they needed some stuff out of it.
It literally turned the game into every color now has an OTK deck.
Yeah.
What was
Besides, I think yellow.
Are we even going to talk about Alphamon and how he came out the gate slapping all of our tits off, and then they had to hit it like, what, 2 weeks in?
Yeah,
this was not bad until players like adapted it and they would play. What was it? It was
the Dex line.
It was Breath of the Gods and another black option. Yep. They would just lock you out of the game completely.
Breath of the Gods and Kongu, they would completely mitigate any removal you would.
Yeah, they're like, you can't touch me.
Yeah, I'm unkillable. I'm also going to swing through all your security. This also has Pillowmon and Pomamon, play by effect rookies.
I love
Merciful Mode.
Some of the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merciful Mode or Danmon.
One of the best sets to invest in, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there are some dog water cards in here, but it's just so countered by how good everything around it is.
Yeah,
it's also just the power level of the decks were just not even close to anything. The next big jump from hybrids was BT9 X-Antibodies.
It was a really big shift in power level.
1 or S, Sean?
For BT10,
that's Cross. That's when it starts.
I mean, other than Cross, what else came in this set?
Literally nothing.
Actually, Yellow Hybrid got Venusmon.
Oh yeah, they got and
Blue
they got
Flare,
Maiden Mode as well.
Blue Flare, Cross, like both of those decks are still seeing play today. Maybe not these cards, but some of them.
We never got to see Cross though.
Bloom Lord's in this.
Yeah.
Bloom?
Oh, it's got to be tier 1. That's still a viable green deck.
I feel like America did not take to Bloom like Japan did. Like everyone was like, "Oh, Bloom's the big boogeyman of the green deck," and everyone was just like, "I'm just gonna keep playing Grandis, OTK you in one turn and not interact with you."
This also had the first ever good Omni X.
True.
Oh, not the can't stop battle.
Yeah, I think it's. I think we would put it in 1, but it's gonna be lower in 1. I don't think it'd be anywhere like high.
I think it also, because it has Jesmon GX. Jesmon GX is actually a very good
that's another one.
Yeah, I'm willing to put it low tier 1. Surprisingly, this is all hindsight too, because when the set first came out, although granted I don't like cross decks, so like I was like the set is literally across the set, but
yeah,
cross was a different thing you had to adjust for. It was like, oh now I have to look at your hand and be like, I guess you might have the pieces to just kill me.
Which is really
you keep all your sources. I kill your Digimon, but you get to keep all your sources.
Yeah,
you keep all those Digimon.
Such a BS mechanic. All right, EX3.
I think this
you
is
mean Errata the set?
Yes.
So what was in some of this?
We got the first Aegistramon. We got Examon. We got the Great Dragons archetype.
Perperial.
Okay.
We got the other dragon archetype, the metallic and whatever they're called.
The Hemolinks?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We got the start of Perperial.
Yep.
This had Sorai in it. Sorai was a good blue option card for a while.
Yeah, Brandon hasn't named off enough cards. Brandon hasn't named off enough cards to make me disagree with Josh.
Every one of those archetypes was hyped up, and I was like, look at these crazy new like dragon archetypes, and every one of them underperformed.
Yeah,
it wasn't until later that these archetypes.
None of them had enough juice in the can.
Yeah, it did. Opinion. I remember it did not impact the meta whatsoever when the set came out.
But people thought it would. They were hyping it up.
I was really hyped for Perperial, and then like when they banned calling before we got Perperial or limited calling.
Yep.
And I was like, this deck's unplayable without 4 calling.
I literally
remember in your trash.
I literally remember standing back by one of those back tables talking to Sean about this, and they had just hit calling, and I'm like, "You still gonna play it?" He goes, "No, that deck's dead now," and it literally was.
Yeah, I was like, "You literally can't." Like, you're just praying to God that your mills are good at that point. All right, BT11.
I think this one's difficult to properly rank because we got cards like more cross support. This is where you got your Megazord. This has Mirage in it. Jesus.
Yeah, the hidden demon of BT11.
Also has Grey X.
All Force, Grey X. And we also got the start of the Pokemon cards.
Which cards?
I think a few of these, a few of them I think saw play. I think the Sukamon eventually saw play in the deck. Is this the right one?
Expectations for this set were like crazy because EX3 underperformed so much. Everyone was looking forward to this set, and it was like the boogeyman of Black War Greymon is coming to kill all these kids because it was cross hybrid everywhere.
Yeah,
and it was like Melga playing a bunch of Cool Boy X-Antibodies.
Hades
he's like, I'm coming here to kill all the tamers.
Yeah,
everyone was so excited for that.
This is also where Machine Dramon became a deck because we got Analog Man.
Right.
This is also where we got Mervamon. We know how much of a pain that's going to be later. Like Sean,
I think
Rex.
I think Brand's named off enough cards and archetypes. I think we can put this in one, but it's going to be towards the bottom.
I would agree.
Yeah,
it's going to be middle.
It's got the start of the S archetype birds.
I would put this above. I would put this above BT5 personally, just because like Mirage and what is it called?
They're sleeper picks.
Yeah, it's got
they had
Gray
cards
X and Mirage in it, which
green.
both are limited.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hades Force.
They had some evergreen cards.
I still remember Sean Hades forcing me, I think, for like 3 tamers.
I was like, those are sick tamers, dude.
Yeah, he just goes, Hades Force? I'm like, oh, okay.
It'd be a shame if something happened to them. Alright, BT12.
Alright, so this
is a Rester Dramon.
Oh my god, dude, this is where most of the good Imperial cards came from, besides the BT16 pieces.
I was going to say, this is the start. Well, the thing is, because we're not including the starter deck, so we don't have DNA Pyldra. You know, like these are just the sets.
Yes, correct.
But this is where a lot of those cards start. Like the Vmon in this still gets played to this day.
So does the Wormmon.
Yep.
And the Wormmon.
And the Demi V.
So
they also play some of them play the Pyodramon as well, and the XV and the Stingmon.
Yep.
Yeah. So this had sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say we didn't have to play against it because it got banned pretty quick. But I was Ben's punching bag and testing partner for Max Power Beelzemon. This is Beelz X.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, like this was like right Beelzemon was faster than any deck I'd ever seen, and I remember just being like, I think this bullied me off of the color red, and I just became a blue player because I was like, I have to bounce your stuff. I can't deal with it any other way.
Yeah,
so I got a lot of reverence for this set.
I just out aggroed him with Red Hybrid, and then Gravity crushed him for game, and he was always pretty upset about that.
He said Gravity Crush.
Raid War Gray and BT12 Marcus.
Yeah, this has to be S.
And Hunters, right?
Yeah, and the entire Hunters archetype, including Quartz.
Yeah. So in entirety, we got Red Hybrid, we got Raid War, we got all of the Imperial stuff. Old Force got Old Force X. Shine Gray got a lot of its really good pieces.
Yeah, just Shine in general.
You put this as an S?
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's top of 1. I think S is like this was a big power jump, but it wasn't like the levels. I feel like it didn't change the game. Like, I feel like you could still play Melga whenever BT12 was around.
But think about it, like right now, like this set still has so many cards that are getting played now. Like this was such a good set to invest in back then, just because of also future. Because like Shine Greymon, you're still playing a lot of those cards.
Yeah.
The Hunters, a lot of those cards. The entire Hunters line that is now getting played now is playing all of these cards.
What is the tier list called?
What?
Like what is it? What are we naming this tier list? Like what is it about?
Just the sets.
The theme.
Just sets.
Most impactful sets. Because I feel like you should hold some like reverence for like S tier. Like this is like the best I think of tier 1, but it's not. It didn't fully change the game in a way that you weren't already playing it. Like when X-Antibodies came out, if you weren't playing X-Antibodies, you're not having a good time. That set is there. When you weren't playing hybrids, you weren't.
I would agree with Josh. I think I see what he's saying. And
top of 1.
Yeah, top of 1 makes sense.
Okay, that's fair. I'll take it.
I think you just like make S tier really hard to get into.
Yeah,
I would agree.
It has to be like actual like game change. I got you. Yeah, that's fine. I can take that.
All right, EX4. I forgot what was in this.
Ruin mode.
So we have ruin mode,
Of course.
alter S.
Uh-huh.
Everything else is
we
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the
Hey,
the mock Gauga.
They got limited. Shine got a couple of pieces that let us draw cards. We got the Cyborg
Kudu.
Sub-Zero, which is also limited.
This is when
Kudu.
Mirage did become playable, like actual threat.
Yep.
Yeah. Heaven's Judgment's in this set.
Alter B. That's a good card. I mean, for me. I don't know about you guys.
Is it enough though to put into tier 2 or copium? Like, where are we at? Because it's obviously not 1.
I think it's... I feel like it's
Sean,
probably
was it
tier
this
2?
set or was it this set or the next set that pushed Shine into becoming
So
like a real?
when we got this set, I was able to build Ruin Mode Turbo because we already had the
Okay.
BT12 stuff, and I was just
I don't think it's copium then.
yeah. I think it's
I'd say tier 2.
probably tier 2 because we still play the Shine Agu, the Shine Geo, the Rush Gelmon, the Black Growlmon. There's a couple pieces in Mirage that you would still play if that card didn't get limited.
When was burst mode? Is that
Next set.
13?
This
Yeah,
next set.
that's it.
No, this came out with Mirage's rookie, that Galgamon. That's their rookie. They always play that one.
Yeah.
Or anything else.
This was also the start of Alliance, if I remember correctly.
It is.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I'm cool with 2.
I almost
Cool,
feel
too.
like what are the
Chaos
others?
Gallimon is copium. Chaos Gallimon is copium, and it brings the overall score of it down for sure.
It definitely
the first ever medieval talent, and it's
it
bad.
has some cope in here. Surprisingly, Alter S never saw any like tournament success. I think that deck was heavily underrated and underrepresented at the time.
Yeah, it was just 2-piece reliant.
I mean,
That was like,
I enjoyed
no,
playing
once
at
you-
locals. I would curb stomp people.
oh yeah. Once you popped off with that, it was just like, hey, I've lost. Like
Yeah,
if you start, as soon as you start doing this, it's like, oh, it's Jover.
Yeah.
Did you call it Omni High Roll? Is that what you called your deck?
Alter S Turbo.
Ultra S Turbo.
When was Doorbrick? When did you start doing Ragno TK? Wasn't that around this time, or was that earlier?
Dorbic came out in EX3. We got the Flame Dramon in EX3 as well. It was around
so
like
it was EX3.
BT9, BT10, and BT11
Okay.
was when I was playing it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it being in tier 2.
Okay. RB1.
You already know.
If it wasn't for
sorry.
Monzemon, this is like
Yeah.
it's a good play.
Yeah, Monzemon
Like,
legitimately is the only card.
I love Gamamon. It did not make any waves. Not
No.
do anything.
It did not.
And neither did the other 2 decks in there, Jelly and the Rabbit.
They were even
And, like,
worse.
Even as a reprint set, it also failed because it didn't
Yep.
reprint cards like Davis.
It was so
Like,
bad.
why?
Like it was.
Why would
The-
you not reprint Davis?
The only thing this set did as a reprint set was make it to where memory boosts were basically free from that point forward.
Yeah, that was it.
They weren't
yeah,
more
they were-
expensive.
Yeah, that is it. That's the only
gave-
thing it did successfully.
it gave some cards like a rarity bump, like it made foil of commons, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, like Jack Raid and stuff.
Yeah,
We're talking too
and
much
other
about
than
an
that-
awful set.
I agree.
Yeah, bad.
Yeah.
bad?
BT13.
Royal Knights.
This is a good set.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is 1, right?
Royal
This
Knight.
also was all the burst modes.
Yeah, this was the
Yep.
burst modes.
Yeah, Royal Knight and burst modes alone.
A lot of the shine stuff. You
Not to
still
mention
play.
you got the Bellface as well.
Yeah. I would want to say probably above BT10. I don't know about BT5.
I'd put it above BP5.
This was
Think
also
so?
the format
I mean-
that Blue Flare was like one of the top tier decks.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I mean, both secret rares are also very good cards in general. You had to have both of them for the Royal Knight.
Yeah, you
But
had to drop
Gallant
a
could be played
bag to
in his
get.
own deck.
You had to drop a bag to play Royal Knights.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gallant still
And this,
played
like-
to this day. Royal Knights is tier 1 nowadays.
I also think this is the first ever time we ever got a full blown bling deck. Like with Royal
Mhm.
Knight, like
Oh,
people put
the
out
all gold.
all
Yep.
gold Royal Knight deck. You
Yeah.
saw somebody pull up with that, and you were like, "Hey, man, you
Like-
got it."
It's like, dude, I
You
could
and-
buy
you and-
half a Yu-Gi-Oh deck with that.
Yeah.
You invested, my guy.
Now, does this deck eventually lose one little gear boy? Yeah.
One little gear
But-
boy.
It's a good deck.
That's what Marcus was for.
Uh,
I'm thinking somewhere in tier 1. I don't know where.
are we
Yeah, like
putting it?
BT5-ish? Or you think
I'd
it's
put
just
it
tier
above.
2? Because I remember we were in BT30 for a while. People were like, this is a good meta. Because it
Yeah.
was like...
Oh, it was so
like 4 or
diverse.
5
I hated it, dude. I
People
hated
loved it.
BT13.
People loved it.
Yeah,
It was
Sean
like 4
hated it.
4 to 5 like tier 1.5 decks, and then
Yo.
a bunch of tier 2 decks that could all compete.
I
There's no
despised
like-
it
He's like-
because we didn't
Sean's
have
like,
side decks.
Yeah, Sean's like, I don't know what to be trying to build for. It could be anything.
I could play 5 different decks through the first 5 rounds at a major event, and it was awful
Yo.
because, like,
I
how are you
remember,
supposed to
Sean's like,
prepare
I hate
yourself for that? Yeah,
I'm thinking it's gotta be somewhere in 1.
I'm gonna say bottom, maybe I
Okay.
guess above BT10.
I think the reason I want to go above BT5 is because we also got the Mirage Burst, which took that deck into being the pain in our side.
Yeah,
For the
instead of a
next-
floodgate, it became a floodgate then OTKU deck.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Also, Shine
It
was
became an
crazy.
absolute menace.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Shane,
remember
Shine Burst
just
is
had-
still good.
It just had consistency issues, but if they saw their pieces, it was like, I'm gonna Marcus punch you and then swing for game with
Nope.
my first move.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yep.
kill you. All right.
And now we have the official start of Aces.
Yeah.
We have the starter
BT14.
decks.
New Bandai game designers.
Yep. This is
Yep.
the start of the
So-
the new like game designer president or whatever.
So, just to start, let's look at the Tamas for this set. So we have
they're all,
Koromon,
they're all
generic, generic good draw Tama,
Uh-huh.
Bukamon at 1, Tokomon, I don't care about the next 2, and then Bowmon.
Oh,
Just starting at the Tamas, this is already a super good set. Like, the Greymon line was disappointing, like, we can all agree with that. But
Yeah.
we got cards like Zudo Ace, we
The-
got Patamon,
the
we got
Agumon was
Magna.
good.
You got all
Yeah.
the rookies with start of main effects. I think
Yeah.
that was a big that's what made Digimon Emperor come back into the meta is
Yes.
those rookies.
Yep.
Yep.
Before it was like,
Gauntlemon.
why would I care for that?
Lugamon. We got Secret War Greymon. We got
Zudo and Magna Ace like completely changed the game.
Yes.
yeah. It brought
The other
security
t-
control back
the-
with the Magna.
The other two were kind of bad. But
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Are we
Is
going
it
bottom
enough,
of
though?
S tier?
I was gonna say, is
like
it
we kinda
enough for
have
you
to,
guys to
right?
consider S tier?
I mean, Ace has changed the game.
Yeah. As
Now,
I'm
as
fine
if we're
with
doing how
bottom of S.
impactful the sets were, I feel like it's got to be bottom of S tier.
yeah,
I
think
mean, yeah,
I
I'm
think
fine with the bottom of
it
S.
fundamentally changed the way you had to play
Yeah.
the game.
Like it no
Now-
longer was do you have a blocker, it's do you have a Digimon that you can ace and blow me out with?
Now, I will say, I think obviously this is the weakest Aces have been because it is the start, but introducing the mechanic is so important, and it had a tier 1 deck built into the set with Lugamon. Like,
Oh,
you could
yeah.
just build Lugamon, and it's a tier 1 set.
Yeah, it was
Just-
out of the
just
box
look
tier
out
one
the
with just
gate.
old cards combined with
Yeah,
it.
I was literally playing basically BT14 Lugamon the last 2 weeks before Adventure came out, and I was still bullying people with it.
Yeah. The deck never got bad. They just introduced more stuff that was busted that you just had to cut
Yeah.
that Finra
And, like,
for.
this is also the start of Numa becoming even better because we got Platinum here. We got...
It was another line of support. They had a few more months before they finally got the
Yeah,
card
we
game.
it wasn't until Ukos, right?
Yes.
No, it was
BT15.
yeah, it was BT15.
Well, we needed Dex.
They needed X, and then they got the Ukos in BT16, and that's when it really started popping off.
I mean,
Right.
we even got the Digipolice in here. We got like Brigadramon, which was a nice fun deck.
All right, this next
Okay.
one's going to be kind of hard to measure, at least to me.
Properly judged.
Yeah. EX5.
All right.
In retrospect, this is the best set in all of Digimon.
This set was a mistake.
Yeah, it was, hey, let's power creep the
level
absolute...
unmatched.
Yes. They were like, yo,
So,
what if everything was just busted AF and you could just do whatever?
What was in this set?
What are
Oh,
the bad
let me-
what are the bad
what is it?
archetypes? What are the bad archetypes in this set?
So
What
the
are
bad archetypes are... Let me scroll. Davas, which for a period of time they actually were playable.
Oh, that was a good. Yep.
So, Chris, let me just remind you what's in the set.
Yes.
Galaxy.
Yep.
Anubis.
Anubis.
Leviathan.
This has Edamon, Sean. This
It
has
does.
the taunt Edamon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Galaxy.
There was no good 6s yet, but it was still in
there were no good 6 aces yet, but he
right.
was like, dude, I'm ready as soon as we get some black and yellow ones.
Yeah, so we have Galaxy, Anubis, Levia, Protoform, Heavy Leo, and the Devas, Metal X. I want to say that's about it. But just Galaxy being in here.
Dude, Galaxy and Anubis are like a different tier of like broken decks.
Yes.
Yes, but Galaxy didn't become that right here.
I know it was that's what I said in
still-
retrospect.
in the future, in retro.
This is a like the best set ever for power
Right.
wise. But it was such a
Right.
slow burn. Like I think people didn't even realize how good Leviathan was when this came out. Like he jumped in price once Leviax came out.
There was not a slow burn. This introduced a deck that was
Contending for was it the second worlds or third worlds?
I don't remember, but this was like one of this introduced 2 decks that were just dominating Japan until
Levi got second in Worlds, right?
I don't remember. This
Did we get full power Melga in this?
This is Melga, which is basically full power besides the BT15 Melga stuff, and it's
And they
you didn't need it.
It's a new
promo
you didn't
before,
need it.
right?
Yeah, we lost the promo a while ago.
Yeah,
he got hit.
the promo got hit after like BT10, I think.
But yeah, this has Garu X, which and Gabu X, which bring my boy back.
It's a good play.
Anubis, I still think should be at 0. I don't think it should be at 1. This also has Cerberus X, which a lot of people hate and think should be hit.
Oh, the Dark Animal engine.
Yeah, it has most of the Dark Animal package in it.
If this isn't S tier, this is top of tier 1.
I think it's S tier.
I would put it in between 9 and 10, personally.
9 and 7, you said?
Because I definitely think it's more impactful than hybrids, but I don't think it was as impactful as every color can now OTK you.
I guess, yeah. Also, like the green stuff was not that good. Like it was Leopard.
Yeah, the green stuff was bad.
Yeah.
It was Leopardmon and Leomon.
Yeah. All right, BT15.
This is when Numa came out.
This is when they got
this
Numa.
is when Numa. Yep. And then of course we have Melga. We have Angelomon, Ace, and Gatomon.
Oh yeah, true.
We had one tournament with a illegal Apocalymon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know why Ben signed up for it because I saw it. He's like, "You gonna sign up for it?" And I was like, "No, why would
He took it as such a challenge. He's like, "I can beat Apocalymon. I can do it with my broken Anubis deck." So he's just like, "I can't do it. It's too much."
You can't deal with that for like 8 rounds, my guy.
I'll do it. I mean, other than that, the set is pretty okay. Like there are really good stuff in it. Like, of course, we talked about Numa. Of Levia X.
Birds.
The birds are here.
Birds went from a joke archetype to a playable archetype. It's not a full archetype yet. They didn't get Phoenix X.
Yeah.
This is the continuation. This is the continuation of Luga just constantly getting support every single set because we got Tyranno and we got a second line. At least a second level 3 and a second level 4.
I would be willing to put this maybe above EX4 or...
Yeah, I was thinking tier 2 somewhere.
I honestly wouldn't mind this being keeper of tier 2 because it did have Apocalypse in it, and it did give Numa the pieces to become tier 1.
I'll put it like behind like special release 1. It's a little bit better than BT4.
Okay.
I'm just not. I'm not rating Apocalymon for us because this is for us because we never got to use it.
It was a joke of a card.
Yeah.
We got to use it for one major event.
Yeah.
It just became Dark Master Megazoo. That's what the deck became.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Bandai only did that so they didn't want to. They didn't have to hear people complain about us never getting to play the format. They're like, we don't know what we're missing. Yep. Bandai's like, you can see what you were missing. Go ahead and sign up for an event.
Do it.
All right, BT16. I feel like this has to be S tier.
Yeah, so just to list off a couple cards, MagnaX, Rapid X. Then we also have all the dual Davis, Ken, Cody, all of them. Ukomon. We have more Lugus support. We have Dino Beaver, Perperial.
Just Ukomon alone is enough.
Valk Ace.
I think we actually had promo Ukomon before this, but this is when we got 2 Ukomons.
Yeah, this is when we got the second one.
No problem.
So Tyrant. We then have the best DNA card ever, Pyldramon. We got the Galaxy Galgamon.
Oh yeah, that's what actually took that engine over the top. Galgamon.
The level 4 that lets you cheat and gain extra memory and gives damage.
I'm putting this above BT12. I think this might be the gatekeeper of tier 1.
I think this is S tier. I think this fundamentally changed how you had to approach the game.
When Valkyries came out and everyone found out the combo with Edamon, that was like...
And not to mention MagnaX
MagnaX being a card, like that affects how you build your deck.
You know what? You're right. I agree with you.
You could not get past MagnaX unless you had Taunt.
Yeah. I think it's better than EX5.
Wait, this was yellow MagnaX too. This wasn't just
this was full power Magna.
This was your lame. This is your lame. Like, oh, I'm gonna sit there and watch you. You're gonna show up to locals, and I'm just gonna laugh at you for even trying to come to something.
He literally had 2 people quit.
Meta.
2 people quit because they did not want to play against this card.
It wasn't just me. Ben did it too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys were both on it. The yellow rapid.
It's Ben's fault.
Cheating.
It was Ben's fault that I even played this because he wanted to test it versus me before we got BT16, and I was like,
I also, this is the creation of the Birds archetype with Phoenix X.
Yeah.
Phoenix X. Yep.
This is also where Sean robbed someone at gunpoint for Magnas.
Oh yeah. I caught a lick.
You don't know how good this card is. Give it to me.
I didn't offer it. He offered the trade to me, and I said yes. He literally was like, I need 2 Lucemon Chaos modes. I have an alt art MagnaX and a regular art MagnaX. Who wants to trade for them? And I was like, I have 2 Chaos modes. I would love to trade you.
And then
this set still has staples.
I think this is top of S tier, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say either top or ahead of EX5.
I think this beats out BT9 for how much it changes the game.
BT9?
A lot of people quit this game because of Magna. A lot of people were like, I'm not playing.
MagnaX is still a problem for some people.
America did hate
Magna. I think every color walked out of the set feeling better. And that's usually not the case. Because even green got Tyrant.
Yeah.
Like, when does green ever get known?
What'd black get?
It It was incomplete. The Doru was incomplete. I remember trying to play test it, and until you got the Dex line, it felt like I'm missing something here.
Also, all 3 of those dual tamers. I realize Davis and Ken's the best one right now, but I will say this until it happens. Eventually, those other 2 are going to be busted once we get enough cards.
Something.
The TK Cody one, if there's a good deck for that, people are going to get so much more mad than stripping 3 sources.
That card is way worse than Ken and Davis if you just put the right.
You have 4 of them on the field. You're like, okay, Digivolve that, and that because I DNA'd for free and gained 2 memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is definitely. I think this is the top of S tier.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like, it's only going to get better with time until stuff like this. This set alone got a couple of cards on the ban list.
I think all 3 of those DNA cards through the level 5s are all very good too. Obviously, Pyldramon's the most abused because it's got the best support. But the Shukumon's very good. It just, no one's been able to figure out
they find their way into decks all over the place.
Yeah.
And then the Sylphimon's also very good. It's just, again, if either one of those cards had the same kind of support, like legacy support that Pyldramon had, they'd be very good.
Yeah, which eventually they're gonna get. Like, it's only a matter of time.
Yes.
So like this set is just it was good out of the gate, and it's also gonna be a slow burn because eventually those
the only stinker was Malomyotismon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Is that when they introduce some of those cards that can loop? Like I know they don't get played a whole lot, but
the Arcane Mummy combo.
Yeah, those are like that's a loop deck right there that like
you can do some shenanigans with that. Yeah,
you can do shenanigans.
Isn't it around this time period where we got the promo that created the infinite loop that created our first ever infinite turn skip that had to be emergency banned?
The Zubamon?
We got that in EX5, and I think it was discovered before BT16, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so it's around here where that happened.
Well, the Zuba was a promo anyways, right?
Yeah, we got it as a box topper for EX5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, okay.
Giving props to EX5 for breaking the game.
Yeah, we forgot about the box offers for EX5. Some of which are still expensive.
What was the trainings?
Trainings were BT14.
That was BT14.
BT14? What was the box toppers for?
It was like the Digimon that you have that's like $50 a pop.
All the
too, right?
Super expensive. Yeah, the Raremon?
Shadermon's BT14 box topper.
Okay.
Was it Raremon?
Raremon was a box topper for X5. The Sabermon or Saberjamon or whatever that you played in Anubis.
The bird?
Yeah.
And that was a good set.
It was a very good set. Alright. EX6.
Well, I mean, you're biased.
I am biased, but if you look at the set as a whole and just scroll through it,
it's very good.
Like, it's top to bottom, just like busted stuff.
It's just like what Ragna sucks in this set. That's it. Ragna and that what is it?
Hey, Ragna saw some results. It wasn't consistently seeing results, but it was seeing some tops randomly here and there.
The only archetype we got in this set that never saw, well, I guess there's two technically, is the Dandevimon and whatever the hell the
Shakamon?
Yeah, the Shakamon deck. Those are the only two archetypes that got introduced in the set that never saw results.
So, just as a friendly reminder, this is the set that introduced 7 Great Demon Lords. It introduced Angel.
Mm-hmm.
It introduced Cherub Ace.
Yep.
I'm just going to leave that by itself. Like, I need to say more. And then it also introduced the Ragna, as we have already said.
Yeah, and the
This was peak Mirage hate too, because they got Wonkun, and it shifted from Mirage to blue toolbox with good blue stuff at the top.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this where this is also where Galaxy started being like really relevant, right? Where they're like, hey,
people started figuring out what Galaxy could do.
Yeah.
Our first wave of Diaboromon support is going to be finished with 17.
It doesn't sound like there's. It sounds like there's a card here or there that's like kind of impactful. But it doesn't sound like there's
literally brought the new version of Royal Knights, and it was actually really good.
Yeah, but that's like the only real archetype. Like Ragnar saw some results, but nothing like crazy.
Literally Angels right there.
Oh, Angels. Yeah.
I think this is probably top of tier 1.
Yeah, it's definitely better than BT13, and I think it probably has more lasting effects than 12.
Yeah, it didn't fundamentally change the game, but there were some really busted archetypes that are only going to get better as time goes on.
Yeah, and they're technically still playable. That's the thing.
Yeah, you can still play Angels. You can still play Demons.
You saw what they did to current Royal Knights, how they just like super juiced it up with just a couple bits of support. If they do that for Demon Lords, which was arguably a better archetype, it's just gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and we're slowly getting trickle support for Angels, which gradually makes it better. It's still way underrepresented for how broken it is, which still is a shock to me. I don't know why it's so underrepresented.
You get beaten by a Stray to Warmon in a Hunter's list.
Yup. I did that to Sean yesterday. I was like, alright, Digivolve into this. Digivolve that? He goes, what?
I had a Hexablow on the field, and I was like, oh, okay, you just can't do anything. He's like, Evo into this 4 D-Evo that guy, and I was like, what the hell?
I think that's the reason it's underrepresented, is because Digivolve is just finding its way into every other color right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely format dependent, but like, I feel like it should see more results, because like, if you don't see those matchups, you just auto win versus a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You go, oh, you're playing red or purple? Get out of here.
Or green. You're playing any
or
of
green,
these 3
or
colors.
green or blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think top tier 1's good.
Okay. BT17.
All right, so this is a personal favorite of mine, because it had Ancient Gray, Ancient Garu, all the level 7 aces, the Omni DNA deck, Pulsemon, who cares? Shine Gray ace. It had
was
the
this
rest.
Tamagotchi? This Tamagotchi?
Yes,
set?
it is.
Tamagotchi.
Yeah, it had
Oh.
the ancients and all that stuff.
The Dex Doru line, and then we also got some Eosmon, but who cares? All the tamers, all the options, all the delay options. Secret Greymon, Tamagotchi.
I remember doing the pre-release for this set, and Brandon was unfortunately not able to be there.
I was at a wedding.
Me and Sean were talking. They did not allow us to buy any of this set.
Oh yeah, that was when we couldn't. That was when they started the
And-
you can't buy a whole box part of the.
And I remember that me and Sean were so pissed off because this set was that good that we both wanted to get some of this set. Brandon especially because he really wanted Omni DNA.
And
I mean,
Ancient
it's-
Garu. I wanted both.
Yeah, I think is this. It's either top of tier 1 or like somewhere in there or like
Yeah.
S.
No,
Yeah, get out of here. Get out of
You
here,
don't think so?
EX6.
no.
Get out of here, EX6. Snuggle up right next to it.
I don't
I think this is just as impactful as EX6 was, because
That's what I'm saying.
this had level 7 aces, so it fundamentally does change how you have to think about it, because now
Paladin
sixes
mode.
are traps. It's not game breaking changing like BT14 because we didn't know what aces were, but you did have to
Right.
play differently. I don't think it's bottom of. I think it's top of.
I mean,
tier
you did
1.
say it fundamentally changed how you had to approach the game.
No. I'm saying it's just another. It's like, I think BT14 is like when it changed it. I think BT17 is just kind of riding its coattails.
No,
It's like
I mean-
now you got to deal with.
You
level
think this is
7s.
above EX6?
I am
I think it's above
A-okay.
EX6.
I am A-okay with it staying right there, and that's personal bias. I will be completely transparent because Josh and Ben introduced me into Ancient Omni, and I did not put down that deck until they banned it, and even then I tried coping with it.
Ancient Omni was cool.
I
just
fell
think
in love with that deck.
It did get 2 cards limited for no reason. And Red Hybrid still plays a lot of those cards.
Ancient Omni was the reason why Louis got limited, Hammerspark got limited, and I'm pretty sure it's the reason why the promos got limited.
Okay, so 4 cards.
That was I just listed 3. What
And
was
then
the
we
fourth one?
also...
What?
I mean,
there's the
also
2 hybrids.
That's,
And then-
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
Hammer. Yeah.
but I think they just hit both of them just because.
Right.
not to mention
yeah,
they had to hit Luga because of the Takamuchi.
Yeah.
I think Dom and the Angels deck and the 7 Great Demon Lords aren't as meta changing as the Takumi Kazuchi deck was, because it was like, it felt like coming back to like almost BT9 era where it's like nothing's really gonna OTK me like that, and then if they saw their cards they would just play a Tyrannomon turn 1 and put something in the back. If you couldn't clear that Tyrannomon, you couldn't prepare for that, turn 2 they're OTKing you no matter how much memory they had.
So top of tier 1.
I'm okay with that.
I'm
That or
okay with
bottom
top
of S.
1 or bottom of S. I'm okay with either.
Dude, plus like Crimson Ace and Paladin Mode Ace.
So are we putting it
And
next
first
tier
mode
then,
ace.
Josh?
No.
Okay.
I think they're just really good. It's really good. I don't think it changed the format
I would
like,
agree.
to the end of the earth.
All right.
It just made
I
it
mean-
made it. Every deck was just giga juiced.
Yeah, like even we just talked about it. Like Dex Doru also got its stuff. That
All
was in
right.
that set.
So
Diaboromon got the finale of its stuff.
I think EX7 is like right there.
Only 2 cards in it are worthwhile.
So what was this?
It
was just Galaxy got Hexablow.
Yeah, it's Hexablow.
That's right. This is the Liberator set.
Yeah. Blue got Otamamon.
Shoto
Yeah,
Mother.
kinda.
Shoto Mother became a deck.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the
yeah,
second card. Yeah,
Shoto.
Hexplow and Shoto.
All right, I'm willing to put it above EX1.
Yep.
All right,
you
bet.
don't want to put it in Kofi. You just want to put it in. It's good to have fun.
No, it's just like EX1 though because
has,
it's
like,
you
3
can,
or
there's
4
only 2
cards in
cards.
it.
3 cards. I guess if you try to play anything else, you're just having fun.
Yeah, if you try to build an
Let me-
archetype from this set, you're not gonna have a good time.
Ben will
Let
be
me
mad.
put
He's gonna be like, "What about Cinderella Mon?"
What about Cinderella? What about heavy metal? I have those decks fully maxed out.
Let me
He's gonna be
put
mad
it.
about Cinderella.
Let me put it this way: this is the set I got buyer's remorse with, because I bought 2 boxes, didn't pull a single Hexblow, and hated it.
Yeah,
Every
that's
card
fair.
I pulled, I hated it.
This is the set where I came and they didn't have any boxes left to buy, and I was happy.
Because Dante bought them all.
They
Dante's
bought like 3
I was like,
boxes, and I got
yeah.
there and they're like, they didn't have any product left, and I was like, oh, I wasn't going to buy it anyway. The set sucks.
I guess like even nowadays it's just like now that Shoto's gone, it's just 2 cards, right?
It's literally it's like EX1, but like I guess the power level of those cards, because it's still relatively recent, are better. But like it's a couple of cards and the rest of the set is just absolute garbage.
Yeah.
And it was such a weird thing to go from like the sets that we had that last year from EX5 to BT17 and then EX7. They're just
it was BT16, EX6, BT17, then this. Like those 3 are like bangers.
Well, yeah, it's EX5, BT15, BT16, EX6, BT17, EX7.
I definitely feel like they were trying to be like, okay, we're gonna stop the power creep. Guys.
Yeah, they were like, we need to chill out. And I'm like, okay, that means we're not going to play these cards because these cards are worse than the cards they've already given us.
Yep.
This is one of their back in the day, just like these other EX sets where they're like, you know what? Let's try and introduce some new archetypes that aren't going to be strong enough right off the rip or ever to compete with the meta.
Yes.
This is like a hey, let's get new people into the game kind of set.
Yeah, they gave us some cool side mega, and they gave us the 2 dragons that you play in Galaxy Dragons, but like,
right,
the set as a whole
that's
is just trash. All right, 2.0.
What do you guys think of 2.0?
I think 2.0 in hindsight is extraordinarily disappointing, because all we realistically got out of it was Shadow Seraphi, Purple Hybrid, and Lord Nightmon X. Those were the things that we got out of this set.
Millenniumon was in there, right? This is the same.
True hindsight, we really just got Purple Hybrid.
Yeah, because like Lord Nightmon X, I always felt like it's like, well, if you're playing this, you should just play Leviathan. It's a better version.
Lord Nightmon X is a glass cannon, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So is it Cove or is it tier 2?
The Z Millenniumon deck was Cove. The Dark Nightmon stuff was Cove. The Lucamon stuff was Cove. The Dinosaur X-Antibody was Cove.
All the hybrid Susan decks were Cove.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, that is this one. Yeah. Copium.
I guess top of Copium because you got Purple Hybrid out of it, but like
yes, top of Copium.
Yeah. It had one meta-defining deck come out of it.
Yeah.
There is definitely 100% going to be a comment. Someone's going to leave this comment. Don't do it. They put 2.0 in Copium, but it's got the best deck ever, Purple Hybrid. One deck. There's one thing coming out of that set. Come on now.
Also, this is like a special release set, so it was extra chunky. Like, there's so much stuff in this set.
Yeah.
It was hard to pull stuff. Yep.
And
it felt like they packed all the other good stuff in 2.5.
2.5. Yep.
Yeah. Because they gave us Purple Hybrid in 2.0. They're like, you can't have all that in one set.
You know where to put it, Sean.
I'm trying to find it on here. Where the hell is LM?
I think LM is before the EX5, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere around there. All right, so this did give us scrambles and the dual boost. It also gave us Gabu and Agubond Ace.
Cyberdra Ace, Magidra Ace.
Yeah, in early LM sets, they get regular ones.
Are we really considering this a set, though? Is this like...
It was a product that you could buy. It wasn't just some pack you got at the store.
Yeah, that's true. I mean...
Scrambles changed the game.
Yeah, Scrambles did change the game.
Scrambles and the dual memory boosts were legitimately very good for a lot of decks.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to talk about how Perperial got a dual boost? Like, come on.
I think Jade memory boost is disappointing because Imperial was just like, I just play Ken and Davis in every search. I don't need
We've had a tamer that could do this all along. What do you mean you guys are just not getting this? We could always add 2 cards.
Yeah.
It's literally the you guys are getting paid meme.
Yeah.
Are we counting the ones that we just got, like the booster pack of?
No, we don't count those since those actually came in to BT21.
Okay, because Darkdramon is the best purple ace that they've gotten,
and the best. Well, I guess it's probably tied with Shadow.
Yeah.
For best black.
I think I'd put it somewhere in tier 2. I think it had enough cards in it to where I'd be like, yeah, everybody was happy with this.
I think the scrambles, along with a couple of level 7 aces and the dual tamers, like bump it up. Even though like
dual searchers.
You think it's like top of tier 2?
Yeah.
You think it's better than BT? You think it's better than BT6 with the bonds, basically?
I just don't think there was enough in this to consider it like.
I mean, it's not.
Yes, there's like.
I'll put it above. Yeah, it's just really hard. Like the scrambles definitely changed the game.
Yes,
but that's basically
it made Imperial playable again because they were able to start over.
They also gave it to every color at the same time.
Yeah, which was nice.
Very nice.
So everything kind of got that power up.
Yeah.
I just remember some of the other cards in that being like just box filler. Like there's nothing else in there.
Any of like the Ghost Game stuff was box filler for sure. Any of the what was it? It was like
hold on, I have a stack of LM cards.
It was like a weird like a Ryudamon.
Yeah, it was just really weird cards.
And like a mushroom. I don't remember those cards.
Oh, well the cards you're talking about came out in BT15 for us in English.
Oh, they're earlier?
Yeah, they were mixed in with BT15.
This had Dromogimon, where it was like you could put it in the battle area and then it would come back to the raising area or something like that. It's just really random cards.
Is that mole with the drill for the nose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one had Dromoj. Gatsumon. Gatsumon X.
Cards I haven't put in my collection yet are just sitting to my left.
Yeah. So Dromoj, Gatsu X, Myotis X, Wanya,
nothing.
Minnow, Exermon, and I think that's it.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. It's just like, the scrambles and the dual color searchers were cool, but it's just like not enough otherwise. That's why I'm like tier 2 is perfect. It's right in the middle.
Yeah. All right, EX8.
All right, Sean, put your medieval away.
Is the secrets in this set better than MagnaX and RapidX? Is this like the best set of secret rares?
Ooh.
Medieval and Gallant X?
Yeah, are they better than MagnaX and Rapid? Because I feel like Rapid's like
I think it's
like Magna and Gallant are just kind of even, but Medieval's way better than Rapid.
I think that Magna by itself was so warping. I remember that time there being so many posts on the Facebook group talking about that card. Yes, and I do see some posts about Medieval. I don't see anything about Gallant X.
I am shocked that there's not more complaints about Medieval, honestly. Considering how many people complain about Death X as a card, I am shocked that people aren't just complaining this at the same level about Medieval.
I see people say, way to play such an expensive card in your deck, but not to the level of hate and animosity that went towards MagnaX. I think MagnaX by himself, even with RapidX, and RapidX is no slouch. It's a good card.
It's because he sits there, Chris, and he just looks at you. Yeah. That's what really tilts people off the...
Yes.
They can remove a Medieval, and they can remove a Gallant X. But it's just because they can't remove the MagnaX. They're just like, it's looking at me.
It won't go away.
I think that MagnaX, by far and away, is the best secret we've ever gotten in the entire game. Medieval is up there. It's definitely goated. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't have the impact that MagnaX had in the game.
I just got an idea.
Not yet.
This was the set I remember. I was like, dude, I don't want any alt-arts. I just want to pull secrets. I just want a secret.
Yep.
Yeah.
This set overall is pretty butts. The best things we got out of it, let me go through everything, is we got Dino Rex, that whole archetype.
Yep.
We got the Geo X line, which is probably the best thing to come out of this. We got fish support, like Aegis.
Fish! Keep saying
we got fish.
Hey, that deck's not bad. Josh plays that deck very well.
Yeah.
It's underrepresented. It's very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
People just need to build it, not pure. It's good.
Metal Seedramon is in here as well. That's a really good ace. Yellow basically got nothing.
That's Sakuyamon X.
Yeah, that's about it. Green kind of also didn't get much. They got like the Hercules Ace. Black got the Pyramidi archetype and Justy X.
Oh,
Purple
God.
got the Boutmon deck. And then Gallant and Medieval.
It's just like the secrets are carrying the set a lot.
Yeah.
Hard carrying.
In like amount of impact. Plus, people were hyped for Gallant. Like they wanted to play Gallant. That's why Medieval was cheaper than Gallant X on release, because people have been anticipating a good Gallant deck since EX2.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember being able to swipe up an extra Medieval because it was so undervalued when it first came out. Yeah.
I remember I pulled a Medieval out of my box, and I bought 2 more for $60 a piece. And that was after they'd already started going up, because I think release weekend they were like 40.
Yeah.
But after I tested with Ben and I put Medieval Gallants in my deck, I was like, oh my god, this card is broken.
I'm never going back.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I've tasted the power.
But the problem is, if
medieval dick got wrecked.
I don't know where I'd put it, because
it's
like
really hard.
I'm biased because I like Fish and I think Medieval's broken, but
I think it has enough. I think it has enough cards, and the secrets do carry it to maybe bottom of tier 1. I don't think it has enough impactful cards to go any higher.
I'm looking at it as it's better than BT6, but I'm struggling to know if it's better than BT10 in my mind right now. I want to say it's somewhere there.
How impactful is Medieval Gallantmon though? I think it
by himself.
He himself, I think, is enough to carry this.
I have not picked up my Blue Flare deck just because that card got printed. I can't figure out a way to beat Medieval Gallant with Blue Flare, because your only answer to it is like adding it back to their hand, and they just play it again.
You do it with the new Taiki. Oh wait, that's just Cross that does that with Cross 6.
Well, Cross doesn't have Blue Flare's problem. Cross can just play that Jaeger Darula thing and be like, turn off your one Digivolving.
Yeah. We don't even have to do that anymore with BT21 Taiki.
You got the options. You got options.
Yeah. We just attack over it now. But the thing is, we could say the same thing about EX1. Analog Youth is still being played in all purple decks.
That doesn't change. That doesn't like. That's not.
No, it's not game changing. Yeah.
You can't splash Analog Youth and do any deck and be like, this makes this deck better.
I said be purple adjacent.
I mean, we can say the same thing about Death X, of course. Death X is also one of those cards that has a very like good ceiling on him. He's just going to see play depending on the format.
Like, I'm saying either above. It's gotta be like somewhere low end of tier 1.
You put it top of tier 2.
Sean's not happy with that. He wants it higher.
So I understand.
I'm trying not to be biased. I love the Fish deck, and I think Aegis is like a secret like S tier deck.
I agree. After having played against it multiple times,
the rest of the set is packed.
I understand the rest of the set is absolute garbo, but the issue is Medieval is so impactful, and also that Fish deck is very good.
But that's just like your opinion, man.
It is. This whole thing is subjective. So,
where would you put it? Where would you put it, Sean?
I think it is somewhere around like maybe between BT12 and 1.5.
All right, happy middle. All right, because everyone else is saying top of tier 2, bottom of tier 1. Let's put it between 11 and 13, just to make you happy.
I was compromising by putting it at the top of tier 2, bottom of tier 1. I want it to be like above BT12.
Hey,
Josh, allow your bias to take hold. Is that where you want it?
You know what's really hurting? That 1.5 right there. I don't like how high 1.5 is in tier 1.
We'll reevaluate once we're done putting the sets up.
Okay.
You can put it next to. You can put it. I say put it next to BT12.
Like to the left of it or to the right of it.
You don't have to. You don't have to succumb to him.
That
right?
one. Just to the right. To the right.
You guys don't have to succumb to John. I know it's his channel, and he has the ability to never let us show up again. But it's okay to disagree with you guys.
If you think about it, also in retrospect, that what was it, Gil X and Growl X?
All those the Gallon X.
The entire Growl.
They're the main. I feel like Gallant didn't really need it, but the Megidra line they use those cards way more.
I agree.
think War Girl X is like one of the best cards out of that set.
People-
Level 5 X-Antibodies are some of the strongest things in the game.
Yeah.
We gotta put this PSA out. People need to stop playing Digimon. Children play this game, and that deck promotes suicide.
Oh, it does.
If you get it, if you get it, you get it. Did you see that post on the group, Sean?
No, I didn't.
Dude posted. I guess he was getting absolutely just rammed by Digimon, and he got so upset he posted on the group page that people need to stop playing Digimon because children play this game and it promotes suicide.
Flip and slide and
I'm
all
assuming that
over
was
the
a meme
place.
post, but you never can tell on that
Yeah, you
Facebook
can
group.
never tell.
Sometimes people are not
2.5.
being ironic.
This has cross
So
6
going through it.
S tier.
Yeah, going through it, we have cross support. We got the Tamers Aces, so War Growl, Rapid, Sakuya.
Oh yeah.
We got the Beals support with its new Blast. Okay, who cares? We got the Examon line, the new Jessmon line. Perperial made its comeback. Heavy Leo, not Heavy Leo. Boncho
Heavy
Leo
Metal?
with his chaos deck.
Excel.
Valder, yeah.
Excel, thank you. Invisimon for Galaxies. Takamikazuchi got some support here. And we also got the Cool Boy package for Royal Knights. That's being tier 1.
That's four like meta like contender decks. It's Royal Knights, it's Sakuya, it's Galaxy
Chronicle.
full power,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chronicle is here as well.
and then it's Perperial.
Yeah.
Like those are four like, oh my goodness, you have to think about those decks when you're building a deck nowadays.
So are we doing top of tier 1?
And Crossheart, it's up there with the big dogs. Crossheart is scary. I wouldn't say when this set came out, but when BT21 comes out, yeah, I feel like Cross really joins that like threat level.
I'd say it's around BT12 territory, where a lot of things came out and was actually like, oh, this is all playable. This is a good set.
It just juiced everything up, but it didn't like really change the way you play the game. It just is like everything is strong now.
It's like Josh said, like they held all like the decent to good cards for 2.5 and gave us 2.0, and 2.0 was so underwhelming.
Yeah.
OmniX is also
Yep.
Omni Birdmon.
Token.
Yeah.
Oh, but how hard back does that Nene card pull this down though?
Nene wasn't in this set.
Oh, was that 2.0?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Oh wait, yeah, it was. Where's it at in here?
It was this one. It's halfway.
It was this one?
It's if you only scroll halfway down.
Yeah, because remember it was really secret rare.
Dev.
Yeah.
It was the
okay.
stinker. You didn't want to pull the Nene.
Yeah, it was the bad one, which apparently they overprinted it because I didn't pull any Zephygas and I only pulled like one regular art Omni.
Yep.
This is just a good set all around. I feel like nobody
All
like
around. Yeah.
Rapidmon was a stinker.
Yep.
Well, I guess
War Growl is a stinker.
Beelzemon got support, but I don't think Beelzemon's done anything.
It didn't do enough.
Yeah.
This is the thing is though, and I know we don't want to show it any respect. Sakuyamon did start like actually becoming relevant here.
When the guy at Worlds showed off that Sakuya X Valder arm, it's like, oh, you can just kill your opponent. You don't have to like play Ruin mode. You don't have to play through Talmon.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, that's actually a good deck.
So where are we putting this?
Like I said, I think it's definitely
Brandon said
above
BT12.
BT12 bare minimum. I don't
Is it
know
as
if I'd
good
put
as
it above.
EX6?
I think
Yeah,
it
I
is because EX6 really only gave us 2 archetypes that are actually like viable.
I'm fair with
Yeah,
that.
that's fair.
I'm-
That's fair.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between BT17 and EX6?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All right.
It makes sense because this is also our next round of level 7 aces.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now with this set, our most recent set, it might still be too early to tell like how far into the future, like how impactful this is. I think this set introduced. I know we kind of joked around about all the tamers being supers, but like literally all those tamers some of them literally brought some decks from the dead. I mean, look at Hunters. The Cross got their tamer. Even Red Hybrid. I don't know if you play that Takato. I think you do, right, Brandon?
Yeah, no, you play that Takuya.
Yeah, you play that. Yeah, there's. I think all those tamers really help some decks. It even created the hero deck, which I don't know how good it is.
Apparently, it just puts tamers on the field and then decks itself out.
When you play heroes last night. Yeah, when you play heroes, you go, why am I not playing hunters? This is just a similar archetype.
So Josh, I haven't played last night, but Will literally at the end of turns, game 2 versus Dante in the last round, had like 7 tamers on the field and a bunch of sources underneath, like a couple of them, and then his hand was 3 more tamers and he had no cards in deck.
Yeah, it was very strange. I don't know what happened.
How did this happen?
You got to collect them all.
Yeah.
And Josh has played Gamma. I don't know how good it is. I know people are coping with it.
It brought it from unplayable to like you're able to compete.
Okay.
I wouldn't say like you're gonna like dominate the meta or change things. Like you can steal some games from some top tier decks. That's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. And then of course you're gonna hate to hear this. This also introduced Atmon. So
I don't like it. I'm an Atmon hater.
Ew.
Then of course we haven't seen results for it, but people are hyping it up. Galactimon.
No.
They're definitely in the comments talking about it.
It's the thing with Galacticmon. If decks right now are becoming more and more tamer reliant, Galacticmon will feast because of promo Destromon. I completely forgot that card got rid of tamers, and I think it's up to 7 play cost. So that's a 4 and a 3. That's 2, 3. Like
playable.
Yellow. What are you saying?
We got.
I'm saying yellow's not seeing as much of playability.
Oh, right.
Like no, you said shine, but you're still working a shine list, right?
Yeah.
Like people are still trying to figure out like what's the best yellow deck. And is it old Dom? Is it new shine? Because if there's a good yellow deck in the meta, I think Galactimon struggles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I personally think, and I know Sean's going to disagree with this. I think the burst shine is I think it just kills your opponent fast enough to where it's viable, but it's
the game doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the same problem Shine's always had. It's just too inconsistent. Too many pieces needed. Yeah.
I mean, also this set did give us adventure support to make the adventure deck complete with your Tai, your Greymon, your Garu, Weregaru, and Metal Gray. All very good cards for the adventure archetype. We, of course, also got the Wingardium Leviosas, the armors for Armor Rush. I know that's very hyped. Medusamon, very hyped. Examon, cool, I guess. And then, yeah, Hunters, Atmon. Like, overall, a good hodgepodge of a lot of archetypes that are actually, like, pretty solid now.
Yeah. I know, like, we talked about this. We were like, this set is kind of like, But I think we will look back at this set and be like, it was a good set. It was, like, an okay set.
It is extremely early to try to weigh this, especially since we haven't had, like, any major events yet. So I'm honestly not sure where to put this.
I think you right down the middle it. You just put it somewhere between 1 and 2.
Yeah,
like it's good. Our first impressions is it looks good.
I would say top of tier 2 right now, or bottom of tier 1, just for
Also, we should probably do some reorganizing and drop a lot of, because like that's a lot for tier 1.
We will
make tier 2 bigger.
All right. So now that we have that, let's definitely reevaluate this. How do we feel about the S tier?
I feel like the S tier is perfect. I think we really nailed it with the S tier sets.
Yeah, that's the big top 5 sets of Digimon.
Okay.
Yep.
Tier 1. We definitely need to drop some of these down.
I think 1.5 could probably get knocked down a couple spots. If not, maybe make it the top of tier 2.
I'm okay with that.
Well, just move everything else behind it. Like BT5, BT10, and BT21.
Just move them down to tier 2?
Yeah. Because, I mean, BT5 was cool. Like, you got your Lord Nightmon stuff. But, yeah, I think that's...
So 17, 2.5.
I think that looks better for me. Yeah.
EX6.
Yeah, because BT13 was Mirage and Royal Knights, right?
Yeah.
And Belfi.
Yeah. I went ahead and bumped EX8 to the bottom of tier 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, tier 2.
I'm actually really happy with how this one looks.
I think you put EX4 in Copium.
That's what I was thinking too. Does it need to drop off?
Yeah.
It's just like ruin mode.
Ruin mode.
I think of EX4. I think, oh, that's the set ruin mode came out in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I think it makes sense for tier 2 to have the most. 'Cause I think we've had the most like medium tier sets. They just come out, they upgrade some stuff, and they're just okay.
True. I like the bottom being Lobo and Gunimon for game.
Yeah.
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 All right, Copium.
I think the rest is perfect because I don't think any of those sets are bad enough for it's a good play. Because those 3 sets are really bad.
Yeah, I said that
those are the money wasters.
I said that EX3 had no good decks, but you reminded me, Chris, that Dorbeck actually was a deck and it actually topped a couple times.
Yeah, it actually won. I think it was a regional.
I would move it up the ladder of Copium just because of that. Because it actually won something. Not like crazy far, like around like 2.0.
I'm okay with that.
I think this is a very good list that we have.
Yeah.
People will not like that we put BT8 in Copium, but they can suck on rocks.
It was a cool set when it came out, but there was nothing like crazy about it. I was happy because we finally got multicolored cards and it opened up deck building.
Oops.
Yeah, I'm legitimately sitting here thinking like, I'm just sitting like, oh man, I hate going through my bulk of that set because it's just multicolor this, multicolor that. Like,
yeah,
I hate having to go through it.
Yeah, I think this looks good. All right, we're content on RB1 being the worst set over EX1.
EX1 has analog.
Yeah.
RB1. Like,
what makes RB1 even worse for me is it didn't really reprint any cards that people who were already established in the game wanted. Like, no Davis, no analog, no X-Antibody. Like,
hell,
there
it
were
didn't
so
even
many
reprint a lot of cards that people were trying to get into the game would want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't put reprints in that set that actually made players like us want it.
You know what I'll say? I agree with both of you because we can say this. I bought EX1. I didn't buy any RB1.
I didn't buy a single thing RB1.
I unfortunately bought like 3 or 4 boxes of RB1. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking.
Because you hate yourself.
I guess so, dude.
I bought the singles for RB1. I didn't buy a box.
Yeah, that's what I bought.
I have
the Monzy
no
ones.
idea why I bought that many. I think it was like 3 boxes, if I'm not mistaken.
It was cheaper than regular boxes, right?
Yeah, maybe that's why. I just wanted to open packs. I don't know why I did it.
Yeah, I'm okay with this right here.
Okay,
this looks good.
Solid list.
All right.
That is the definitive tier list for sets. Anyone else's is wrong.
Drop your opinion in the comments about how wrong we were.